Hello everybody, welcome to this video. It's Destructive right here, back with another Minecraft video. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys what, in my opinion, to be the top 5 best loot modifiers in Galaxite Rush. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So number 5 on this list is the Super Shover loot modifier. Basically, what this loot modifier does is that it gives you an item, a stick, called the Super Shover, that knocks players 5 to 6 blocks away from you, just like the Knockback Nemo from the server The Hive. The Super Shover can be useful. It can knock players off small islands, such as some semi-mud islands in some maps, or players at the edge of an island into the corruption. But even though it's useful, it costs 330 rush tokens, one of the most expensive of the bunch. Number 4 on this list is the Knockback Nullifier loot modifier. Wow. What this does is that in shulker boxes, there are a small chance that knockback nullifiers will spawn, and once you equip the item, the first hit you are hit with by an opposing player deals no knockback to you. This can be quite overpowered in some ways, as no first arrow or first snowball can knock you off a bridge, whether you're bridging or whether you're crossing a bridge across the corruption, and can render the Super Shover useless on first hit. It would take 2 hits to knock you 5 to 6 blocks or into the corruption. And you can quickly retaliate with a quick combo once the enemy uses the Super Shover once, and maybe even pelt him with snowballs if he's near the edge, or shoot him with a bow. However, it costs 330 rush tokens too, which is very expensive and not that all accessible for newer players to the game. Number 3 on this list is the Gear Upgrader loot modifier. What this does is that it gives upgrade tokens a small chance to spawn in shulker boxes. Now, these upgrade tokens can come in really handy, as the maximum tier of armor you normally get is tier 4 by upgrading all the tier 3 armor from the shulker boxes and mid, and a diamond sword by upgrading a lot of iron swords and stone swords at the middle islands from the tier 3 shulker boxes. But you can take this to a second level by using an upgrade tokens to upgrade your armor tier 4 to an armor tier 5, the strongest armor in the game, or a diamond sword to a netherite sword, to quickly gain a huge advantage over other players. You can even upgrade your bow to bow tier 5 in case someone's running away from you and you're chasing them, and bows can come in really handy for that. This is a very, very helpful and useful loot modifier, and that's why it has earned its spot in number 3. Number 2 on this list is the Healer loot modifier. What this loot modifier does is that it gives life tokens a small chance to spawn in shulker boxes. These life tokens can restore you 2 hearts of health, and they can come in very clutch. Say you're trading with someone. You have the lower hand, the opponent has the upper hand, but bam, you use a life token, or maybe even a few life tokens, and you immediately swing the balance and can start chipping away at the enemy more. Or say you're getting ambushed by a player after finishing off another player. You're probably at low health, but bam, you use a few life tokens and you're probably back at full health and can finish off the other player that's ambushing you. These are really useful, and they're like the golden apples of Galaxite. And that's what makes this, what I think, the second best loot modifier. But there's definitely one loot modifier that is better than it. And we're gonna see which one is it. Now, what I believe to be the best loot modifier is the Flamer loot modifier. It's just really good, and maybe some of you guys might disagree with me, saying like maybe Smoke Bomb or Feather Jumper is the better loot modifier, but no, I really think Flamer is the best loot modifier. Let me explain why. So let's just quickly go over what this Flamer loot modifier gives you. It gives you a flame rod, which has a 1 in 4 chance of igniting the player that has been hit with by the flame rod on fire. Now this is really useful as the fire can come in really handy. Say I am going to attack a player. I would normally hit them with the flame rod 1 to 2 times first before switching to my normal sword to get the fire proximity in. Then I use my normal sword and start chipping away with some extra damage gifted by the flame rod, the fire from the flame rod. Or say someone's escaping from me. I could just quickly hit them with the flame rod, or I have hit them with the flame rod, and they'll already be on fire. And while they're running away, they're on fire, so it will damage them over time, and I could just use that to my advantage and possibly shoot them with a bow or with some snowballs. And further, not everyone has a low fire texture pack. I know a lot of people use texture packs, but some people use the vanilla texture pack, so they don't have the low fire on it, which can come in really handy by blurring some players' vision that don't have low fire. So yeah, also it's really cheap at 150 rush tokens. It's not that all expensive, unlike the Knockback Nullifier or Super Shover, which costs like 2 times its price, more than 2 times its price actually. So yeah, that's why I think Flamer is the best loot modifier in the game, and that is all. So I hope you enjoyed this video about me talking about, in my opinion, the top 5 best loot modifiers in the game. If you did, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna post a lot more content about this, and I also post some other content such as Galaxite Rush and Galaxite Core Wars, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Also, if you have any opinions, be sure to comment down in the comment section below about what you think of this video and some of the tier lists that maybe you have. I'm very excited and very interested to hear about your comments and look at your comments, and I would be more than delighted to answer them. So yeah, until next time everybody.